Today I was wanting to get the water cooling loop sorted out again. The problem with it was that the water in this was going smelly and was stagnating, and that was maybe because water off the shed roof had bacteria in it, and it was also getting heated by the sun. So now what I'm going to do is bury that box under the ground and then fill it with water and antifreeze. I'll bury it a wee bit underground, and that should hopefully keep the water cooler, kind of like a ground source heat pump, a really small one. And hopefully, because it's not in contact with sunlight at all, the water shouldn't stagnate. So I'll get on with that. And I'll take that tube away and probably have the pipes coming out the bottom. And now I'm doing it because I've got this thermoelectric air conditioner here, which can also heat as well. So they're not very efficient at cooling or heating really, but it would kind of pump some of the heat out of the ground in winter. I know it wouldn't pump very much heat. Most of the heat that comes out of this is actually from its own power consumption, but it cools reasonably well. So it needs flowing water through the bottom, because if you don't have flowing water, it's just not going to work at all and probably destroy itself. So I need to dig the hole, and I've got a water pump down there. Now it's probably, it'll have to actually go in the box that I'm going to bury, and it would be powered off the 12 volt output from here. This just steps the voltage down. I won't actually have the pump running on 12 volts, I might try and run it on 10, because they don't need to be running at full power, they work quite well, just at about 10 volts. Well, I've never seen the solar panels produce this much power continuously, hitting almost 600 watts. So in summer, I might be getting 800 or 900 watt continuous. It's hard to say really, but it's running a grid tie inverter at about 360 watts, and it's also able to heat this water here as well, so it's doing quite well. So now I'm just siphoning water into it. That's the hole all dug and everything, and it's all put in, and I've got the water pump in there and the power cable for it. I'll just pack the sides with earth, and then that should hopefully let it get rid of heat into the ground better. And I'll just neatly route those pipes into the shed, probably through the floor. And that's it all done now. I wouldn't stand on it like, but that's how it's looking. I thought my grid tie inverter actually burnt out, but I think what happened is it shut down due to over temperature. I do remember having a temperature sensor. So the oil is a wee bit warm, so what I'm going to do now is try and connect it up to a source of 12 volts. So this is a water pump here, and I'm just connecting it to a 12 volt battery. I'll normally be powered off this however, but we've got our water pipes sorted out now, and I actually got a connector on it. I'm needing to buy more of them, but the air conditioner will eventually be connected onto there, but it's just sitting there sort of useless just now. Yeah, it's just all roughly set up, but that's them coming in. The water comes in on the right hand side and then comes back out on the other side. Right, so water on. And the water is now flowing. Lovely and cold. Now I did measure the soil temperature outside after I dug the hole, and it was about 5 Celsius. Now that is really quite cold. So I imagine another way to cool the air in here would be to, well, just get a radiator like this and just put a fan on it without using peltiers, because 5 degrees C is quite good. But I was thinking about using this actually as a dump load, so during the day, rather than heating water, I could choose between heating water or cooling down the shed, because in summer the batteries, the highest temperature I've ever seen them at is 25 degrees Celsius, which is perfectly fine, but usually the cooler they are, the longer they'll last, provided that you temperature compensate the charging voltages. Well, we're running the grid tie inverter at about 450 watts just now, and there's 386 coming in for the solar. And something's went wrong with this potentiometer here as well. Whenever I turn it, watch, this just goes all over the place. I'm just turning it very gently anti-clockwise and it just, there is something not quite right about it. So I've ordered a replacement one. There we go. So that's the water cooling loop operational now, so I'll update you when I get this air conditioner sorted out.